Today is round 2 in the legal showdown between the ANC and the uMkhonto weSizwe party. This time, the matter is in the Durban High Court, where the governing party is challenging the MK Party's name and logo. The ANC alleges that the MK Party's use of the two infringes on its trademark, including that of its disbanded military wing. The MK Party says the legacy of uMkhonto weSizwe belongs to the people of South Africa and not to any single political party. Yesterday, the ANC failed in its legal bid to deregister the MK Party. MK supporters are gathering outside the court, and Linda Mnisi is there. He joins us now. Linda, good afternoon. Tell us first what's going on, or give us a sense of what's going on outside court at this particular moment.
All right, Bravo. It's a hive of activity outside the court. I mean, even on the other side, across the street where I'm standing right now, this is where the ANC is gathering in support of their application that they've brought to the Durban High Court, essentially wanting the MK Party to stop, using their logo as well as the name of their disbanded military wing in the ANC. Many still also arriving, as I indicated earlier to Iman, that many were still outside and would be coming in. So it looks like now the gate has been opened for more party members to come in. And as they're walking in, Bravo, they're chanting songs like the MK Party has stolen what is theirs. First they stole their name and they stole their logo, and now want to associate the name of the ANC with themselves going into the 2024 election. So in the courts is a similar argument if you've read the papers that they've filed at the Durban High Court, because what they list as the party, they go back to the history of the ANC as well as its formation right up until the formation of the uMkhonto weSizwe military wing in 1961. And they're saying that this is a deep, rich history that is attached to the party that now the MK Party wants to associate itself with. They've quoted and have submitted to the court some of the statements that have been made by the leaders of the MK Party, saying that these are statements that seemingly want to associate the MK Party with the ANC, which will ultimately cause confusion for voters who will be making their mark in the voting booth. So to do away with that confusion that will be faced by the voter and to disassociate themselves, they want the court to look into this matter and make a ruling. And in fact, they want the MK Party as well to pay for royalties as well as the infringement of their copyright. So the members that you see outside this court are in full support of that and say that everything that the MK Party is seemingly using has been stolen from the ANC and it is property of the ANC. Others even going as far as looking into the colors of the MK Party and saying that it is similar colors that are ANC colors, and therefore it is important that the court make a determination when it comes to this particular matter. We understand, Bravo, that at a later stage then, after those proceedings, the leadership of the ANC, we've already spotted the likes of the ANC Secretary General, who filed a founding affidavit on behalf of the ANC in this matter inside court, along with the leadership of the ANC here in KwaZulu-Natal, entering the court. At a later stage, it is expected that they will be addressing the members of the party who you see on your screen right now, Bravo.
Any idea, Linda, as to why the Secretary General of the ANC wants to address the media midway through the proceedings? As far as I understand, certainly from a statement that they have issued, they'll be speaking to the media at 1 o'clock when the court adjourns. Do we know why?
Well, at this point, Bravuyo, it's not quite clear as to why they want to address members of the media. You remember yesterday, after the Electoral Court's ruling, they in fact said cancelled a media briefing that was scheduled after the delivery of that particular judgment. So perhaps among some of the things that they want to address is the issue around that ruling that was handed down by the Electoral Court that was sitting in the High Court in Johannesburg, but also address some of the submissions that they are making in the Durban High Court. It is an important challenge, particularly the one that was ruled on yesterday, given that it would have affected the MK Party's participation in the upcoming elections. They are seen as a party that will change the political landscape, particularly in KwaZulu-Natal, and therefore, if the court had ruled against them, it would have had deep implications against them, and that would mean they wouldn't be able to participate in terms of our electoral laws. But seeing that the court has ruled in their favor, they celebrated that ruling, saying that it's only natural that the court in this copyright infringement lawsuit will rule in their favor. So from the media release that they sent out, they indicated that they would be doing doorstop interviews at around 9 o'clock, and that's where we saw them engaging the media, including the party's spokesperson. At the lunch break, the Secretary General, in fact, Fikile Mbalula, will address the media, and then, of course, at the end of the proceedings, the SG will still be addressing members of the media, and then address the members of the party who will be gathered at this particular venue. Many of them are preparing for that briefing or that address that will be delivered by the Secretary General of the ANC. So I guess the ANC then has a lot to touch on when it addresses the media, as well as its supporters, given that yesterday they suffered a loss, which is indeed a setback for them, because they were challenging the registration of MK, which of course would have been a blow for that party had they won.
Well, presumably, as you say, that's the fact that they cancelled the briefing the other day is perhaps the reason they now want to do this particular briefing, like at during the lunch hour break, while the court would have adjourned for lunch. But Linda, any signs of MK Party supporters milling around?
There are scores of MK supporters, Vuyo, across the street where we are from. Earlier you would have seen us speaking and engaging to some of the supporters. They gathered across the street right at the other entrance of the Durban Magistrates Court. Of course, the High Court is sitting in the Magistrates Court, so they're scattered across there. They have also set up a stage. We understand that former President Jacob Zuma, who is now a member of that particular party, will be addressing those members. In fact, there's quite a number of them who are stationed outside from early this morning. They were, in fact, the very first party supporters to arrive this morning, and the order of the day has been song and dance throughout, and they've been chanting similar, slogans and songs, saying that they don't have electricity, they don't have water, and this is the party that will ensure that all those important services are reinstated. They're saying that there is no infringement when it comes to the logo of uMkhonto because their spear is situated in a different position to the one of the ANC's military wing. They believe that they have a right to use this logo and have not infringed upon the ANC's rights since they believe that they are using their trademark. So the MK Party members also outside. It's just a few steps away from where I'm standing, in fact, Bravuyo. And at a later stage, we will be taking you there to give you a sense of what that situation is looking like. They've been pacing up and down the street, singing struggle songs and saying that they are ready for the 2024 elections and that they believe that they should be granted an opportunity to participate in these national elections. They're important because they believe that they want to change the situation in South Africa.
Very briefly, Linda, the mood inside court where the leaders of the two parties have been, in the past a couple of hours. How would you describe it?
Well, it has been a very busy morning, if I understood your question correctly. It has been a very busy day. It's a hive of activity here in Durban, and what sort of separates the two parties is a mere street. And on the other side, you see ANC members, and on the other side, what you see are MK Party members who have also come out in their numbers. It's a very busy day, and also what you get to see, Bravuyo, pardon me for stepping out of shot there because we're standing at the entrance of this particular venue, but what you are able to also spot are the police who are sort of managing the situation and are keeping a close eye on whatever is happening outside court, just so to maintain law and order. So far, everything has been peaceful. There's been peaceful demonstrations from both parties, and there has not been any disruptions or any scuffles or anything of that sort with members of the police as well as the traffic officers who are of course manning the road that is separating where the two parties are stationed. So the entire morning then has been quite peaceful with peaceful demonstration. Song and dance has been the order of the day.
Linda, let's leave it there for now. Linda Mnisi outside the court where the ANC is contesting the MK Party's use of the uMkhonto weSizwe logo and name. The ANC arguing that those are part of its heritage and intellectual property.